Hey y'all. What is that?
Jay, man.
We are climbing Jacob's ladder. We are, hey Aisha, climbing Jacob's ladder. We are climbing Jacob's ladder. A soldier of the cross. Do you think I make a soldier? Do you think I make a soldier? Do you think I, hey Frida, make a soldier?
Free.
Of the cross. Hey y'all. Before y'all start talking about me, like in real life, I got a whole sweatsuit on. But yeah, one, she cold. Two, I did a little workout. Get my life right. In that order. Y'all go tell your mama, your cousin, your brother, your auntie, your uncle. That we on this thing. Like, hey, tell the people that we out here.
For real.
Hi, Dr. Mason.
Hey, love, is that to both of us?
Stop. She's not.
I was
Frida say, "Hey, love."
Hey, Frida.
So I talk. Forget time. Time I already sang.
See,
I already did it.
Doc, you just missed it. She was singing us.
Y'all,
happy.
we here.
She was singing us happy, Doc.
I did. Look, we need the truth. I want the truth. Nothing but the truth. So help us, Lord. Is validation important? He said he'll catch the replay. Is validation important in a relationship? Start out, man. What? Come on, we already talked about that, man.
You want me to start off? Yes.
Man, you got to do.
I said yes.
What? The what?
Yeah.
Oh, like you right.
Okay, my bad.
But I just started ready.
Oh, my bad.
All right. He trying to fix my hair while we on the thing. Is validation important? If so, question is, if Frida.
Hey, baby, good.
He said I can do it later. All right, I'll do it later. Just don't hold me to it. Validation is important. If you don't have validation in a relationship before marriage, is that a problem?
Let's say where this coming from.
No,
we can't.
Not yet.
Okay.
We be watching. I might as well. We be watching all kind of relational shows or whatever, and I be asking him questions. One of the questions I asked, what was that question I asked you today?
It's validation.
And what else? Do you feel like you got what you wanted
in
a marriage?
The person that you want.
Do you feel like you got the person that you wanted in a marriage?
And I said, I got that and more. And you also said it was another question you said.
I don't forget what I always be asking him questions. He act like I be asking him trick questions. Like I be just asking questions, but he act like I be asking him questions like I'm finna pack my bags and leave. Now then what he say? Did I answer that right?
Right.
I say ain't no right or wrong answer. It's your answer.
Because we could be doing something that has nothing with what we're talking about. We could be talking about food or something like that. And then all of a sudden,
I just be thinking.
Did you get the person that you married?
Where
did that come from? We were just talking about chicken.
But that ain't true though. What happened? Did mean.
Did you?
So I always be thinking, because we always watch these shows, right? Carmen, I tried to tag you, Carmen, but I couldn't find your name. But we be watching all these shows, right? So I be want to know where we stand. Like, not that sometimes I be asking, sometimes I don't, but
it's not a bad thing. It's a good thing.
I be want to know. I ask questions like, "Hey, what's in your mind right now?" I come out and tell him. He be asking me, "Is this a trick question?" I say, "No, I just want to know." I ask him, "Am I satisfying him?"
Oh.
I ask him, am I a good wife to him? I ask all these tough questions. If he tell me yes, no, maybe so. If he don't tell me the truth.
You gotta be specific when you say satisfied.
Ain't nobody gotta be specific.
You gotta be specific.
I mean, but you know what I mean, man.
Okay. All right, I'm just saying.
Oh my.
If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong.
No, I mean you're right.
You gotta be specific. I'm just saying. I was asking the guy. You gotta be specific.
I'm talking about for the sake of the presence of where we are all over the world. Okay. I ask you, are you satisfied? Am I doing everything that you would like for me to do? When he say, "Oh, I can't see."
Okay.
Thank you.
Sometimes it's like, no, should I say that? No, I'm not gonna say that. No, I'm just kidding. I was just saying. I wouldn't. No. Sometimes I really don't know.
You don't know what?
If you're satisfying me or not.
Don't be on here lying. You telling the truth.
Okay, I'm just kidding.
Quit playing.
I'm just kidding. Yeah, I mean, I don't be.
That's it.
Half the time I don't be knowing what she talking about. Like satisfied, because I'm like,
and that's how he answered the question.
Kayla does everything, and I could just leave it right there. She do everything. She do everything before I even have a chance to do anything.
Freddie said when she first married, I didn't have what I wanted. I had to learn how to love my husband. Here it was. Oh, that's good. That's good. Cause a lot of times we go into a marriage for 22 years. We've been married and we back together, and I love him more now than I did 18 years. So she said the first 2 years. So it does. So look, it in the beginning it can be one way. God created everything. It can be one way, but then like you can start validating, and that's some of our problem. Ain't no problem. We don't have a problem. We have challenges that we have to work through.
Don't touch me like that. You touch people that feel like you want to do something.
Well, do something then. Hey, leap. I'm the frog pad, leap. Leap from there to here.
Okay. Sure.
See how we wait. So here we go. Quit getting off. Punch off.
Okay, I'm listening.
Is it that women ask the questions that they already know the answer to to validate as well as men.
No. Sometimes, sometimes they do, and sometimes they do, and sometimes there's a reason behind it. Because for real, and I'll be for real, you done did something that in their mind they know the answer, but they want to actually hear what you have to say. And 9 times out of 10, your answer is not really right. So they go to what? Okay, they go to a third party to try to figure out, am I wrong or am I, you know what I'm saying, whatever. So yeah, that's true. It can go both ways.
Well, I don't ask questions. No, that's right. That's right. But I don't ask questions that I know the answer to because that's assuming.
What's up, Moss?
So I don't assume. I ask the question because I want to know.
What up, Joe? My brother-in-law.
And if I'm not getting something that I want,
right,
I'm gonna say something about it.
Right. And when she do, sometimes, when the majority of times, I really don't know.
Right.
I really don't know that I did it. I really don't know that I didn't respond, or I responded the wrong way, or I didn't. Like she said the other day, and I'm gonna put myself out here. She said the other day. She said sometimes, she said. I said, I asked her, I said, what's wrong with her? She's like, well, I wanted to, lean on you, but it seemed like you didn't want to. And I didn't know, I don't be knowing what I'll be doing to give that off or give it off that I'm like, I don't want you to touch me. Because I'm not going to verbally say it. And I don't feel like I'm giving it off. And then she said, behind that, I said, well, no, I didn't, that's not what I was giving off. And I said, I'm sorry. But she also said, sometimes I'll be wanting you to initiate and hit me on my butt. Come and kiss me. You know what I'm saying? But in all honesty, I don't even be thinking like that. I really don't. And I guess because I'm looking for her to do it. I'm just being honest. I put myself out there. I'm looking for her to do it. And sometimes it has to be both. It has to be both. And I'm good with that. I'm good with that. So them are things that I'm like taking. And then some of these shows I look at, some things, some of the shows that we look at, I really take it. And some of the stuff that be going on, I'll be like, you know what? I do that.
Well, this is what I learned.
Because the show we just watched, there were some things on it that I was like, I do that. I should change my method, or I should change my mindset. Which goes back to communicating. Always go back to that. The big C.
You don't like confrontation.
But we do confrontate. Sometimes.
We don't have no confrontation.
Me
too, Frida. It be the and that's what he say. That's what he say. He be trying to work on his facial expressions. Frida say it be the facial expression. So a lot of times, like sometimes you have to teach people how to love you. Because everybody don't know how, especially if they love from a broken place, or if they love from a rejected place, or if they didn't get everything back, or they didn't get stuff out the way they wanted to be loved from a previous relationship. They'll go to the next relationship and love from that place, and they'll begin to,
Sometimes I hate previous relationships.
Y'all heard it live here first.
Is that bad?
I mean, I do too, but I learn from them. Like, what can I do?
I always learn from them, but sometimes I hate the fact that
we tried that, Patrice, and let me tell you.
Try what?
She said you learn each other's love language. I gave him a whole definition. Let me tell you, this boy here. I said, Puncho, What's your love language? I don't know about all that.
I don't know. You gotta tell me. Like you gotta give me an example.
We were riding. We ride now. This our 777. We do every 7 days, 7 months, whatever. So every 7 days we go on a date. So one of our 7s, I said, so Pancho, what's your love language? What you talking about? I said, he's talking about what language? I don't know what you're talking about. So I went through the whole list.
English,
I said, which one do you need the most? Which one do you require the most? He was like, I need all of them. I said, no, you don't. You need, in certain ones, you need more. Like, this is the validation. This is do you need me to affirm you more? Do you want me to buy you gifts more? Do you want me to touch you more? Like, what you like? Read all the definitions again. So I read all the definitions. He was like, oh, I need you to do all of them.
You know what? She's already an affectionate person. As she tell everybody that she dressed me, she does. I mean, I have like 2% on what I pick out. But normally, and she does a good job. Like, now she can't pick out hats. I pick out my hats, shoes. But I mean, she does a wonderful job. So I mean, affectionate. I don't think we have a problem with. Well, I don't think so. Well,
sometimes he not
Chris Hill.
He's not. A lot of times he can be standing out. If he thinking a lot, he ain't finna talk nor touch. He ain't finna do nothing. If he got a lot on his mind, it may be 2, 3, 4 days before he talk.
Tell people that.
What?
I be thinking.
You do be.
I don't want nobody to know I'm thinking, because they might be thinking I'm thinking about them when I'm talking about them.
What? I'm not thinking about that.
I mean, I think it's a good thing that I think. I got to think. I got to watch her back.
He be thinking about it. He just, and I think that's just a characteristic of a man, of where men always thinking about what about the next? Like, if a man is struggling in an area and they trying to perfect it, they're gonna think about how can they better themselves in their area. How can I do more? How can I give more? There's just a man want to do more. That some men that want to do more in a marriage or in a relationship, when he feels like, okay, I need to do more. I'm leading. So what can I do better to lead? So that's just a man. He just a man that thinks all the time. So I try to tell him, stop thinking. I was like, shut that off. I think all the time, but I have learned how to set boundaries on my thinking and have intentional thinking. Because a lot of time, if you don't have intentional thinking, you'll be scatterminded and you just go off on your thinking because you don't have intentional thinking. You haven't set out time, which sounds crazy, but you have to set out time just for thinking. It's like a meditation. You sit down and you think about everything that you're doing, but you cannot think without a solution. And that's what I encourage him to do. When you think, have a solution while you're thinking.
It's hard to do that sometimes.
We got to be on point to better it's do. Sometimes, I mean, it depends on, like, I can only speak for me. So as far as protection, like, it's other stuff. My love language is affection. And if I'm not getting it, I'll say something, right? Somebody else's may be touch. That may be forms of affirmation for them. It may be forms of making them feel secure. So you got to figure out, like, what is it that makes me feel secure? Because affection makes me feel secure. I'm locked and loaded. Like, he gonna protect me, but baby, hey, I'm a whole grenade out here in these good streets. But learning to allow him to protect me in certain situations, not that he can't protect me, but a lot of times when you have been a protector as a woman, it's hard to allow him. Look at my sister. It's hard to allow him to come in. Like, I have to, and it's not that I don't trust him to protect me, but I have to give him permission to protect me. Because a lot of time women be saying, I don't need no man. I do need a man because I need somebody to move the furniture. I need somebody to take the trash out. I need somebody to drive my car for me. I need somebody to pick up my suitcase for me. Like, I need a man. I need him. And I was created to need him. So my sister said, I'm here. So, but I need and I know he got me. I know he my protector, but a lot of times single women, they don't know how to let that part go. So when a man comes in, or if a man is not giving you the protection that you think in your mind you want, it is like, okay. And a lot of times we, as women, we have uncommunicated expectations in our relationship. You expect him to know how to do that. She said, I need one to open my door, pull my seat up. But so, I mean, we have stuff that we don't communicate that we want. And how you know he ain't gonna do it? You ain't give him a chance. You like, you should know you a man. Well, from his experience in the last relationships he was in, he ain't have to do all that. Now he get with you. He got to do everything. Everything. You ain't able to do nothing by yourself. You got to do everything. And I don't.
Well, it's funny you said the last relationship, the last marriage I was in, whenever I did it, oh, you don't have to do that. Like, I'm a feet guy. You know, I'm a feet guy. I love pretty toes. That's my fetish. I love rubbing feet. Oh, you don't do that. Oh, that's so unlike, that doesn't feel it. And I was like, what woman don't want their feet rubbed? Or what? I thought that was one of the things you do is open the door. So
I sure don't try.
opening the door, I did it, which is no excuse because I don't do it all the time, but she know why I'll do it. But opening the door, I did it for so many years, and then I tried to do it for so many years, 5 years exactly. And she didn't want me to open the door. No, you know. So now my mind is a custom I get with someone else. My mind is custom. I open the door, and then that's a problem because it's brought up like you don't open doors. So then I have to go and explain. You know, it's not that I don't. It's like it wasn't being appreciated when I did it. So my mind is recorded to I don't automatically do it. You know. So I mean, but I think that's one of the biggest things that you should do.
But you know what I noticed even about his friends? Like they his friends are amazing because they know if he in pain, they know he a gentleman. So sometimes his friends open the door for me.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's amazing. Like because they know. But if he can, and you know, I know that marriage is a compromise. It ain't a place where I have to just, I got to change my whole life. No, it's a compromise. If I love this person, I used to be like that too, Frida. If I know I'm with this person and they don't like this, I can't answer the phone. If they know, if I know that they are a certain type of way, later, and I know that I'm this way and they that way, in order for us to get along, it has to be a compromise. It has to be a mutual decision about some stuff that we doing. It ain't gonna always feel good, but I got to be able to say, you know what? I can't do that no more. I have worked on my mouth. Okay, I worked on my mouth because I was a hothead. So I felt like, hey, I need to say what I want to say. I don't care. But I know if I really say what I want to say, I can crush it. And I know I don't want to do that because one, I don't want nobody to do me like that. So I think about that.
Sure.
And two, Oh, it's a pink tornado over here.
People don't even know who that. Okay.
He said, look, she told me, I know she hard. I'm soft.
Tiny, you know what? You know, I ain't gonna we ain't trying to prove no point.
We not, because that's what you're trying to do. And I
know ain't nobody gonna crush me.
I know my words are
You'll
like
get crushed.
I know my words can be so evil. And I don't want that part, because that's what I'm working on. I'm working on that part of me. So I'm choosing not to go there. Like, it's a choice.
But you know what? If you did,
I ain't.
I've been used to it. Like, I just know how to just back up. And most people be like, "Oh man, you a punk."
I know.
I just back up.
I know me.
I let her have it.
I know me, but again, men need respect to know that they're loved. Women need affection to know that they're loved. Right. So if I disrespect you, it ain't gonna be no more love. Ain't no coming back. I'm telling you. So I have chose not to allow my emotions to take me there. So if you know, like, I've shut down when I come to tough moments until I get myself together, and then we have a conversation. Yeah. So I don't, because before my previous marriage, baby, we going toe to toe, baby. We ain't stopping here. You
talking about me or other people?
I'm just saying in general, like,
we don't argue.
Right, we don't. But I'm just saying, because I've chosen
I've seen
not to have.
I've seen it with other people.
I've chosen not to become, because I don't want a wedge in my house. So I've chosen to compromise on some things and say, Kelly, you got to give up your right of being right. You ain't got to do all this. You ain't got to do all of this. You ain't got to do. But before, I didn't care how you felt.
And even now, some people I had to spare them, where not knowing. See, I've never seen, as people say, KK. I've never seen that. So the little stirrups that I have witnessed, sometimes
I don't bother nobody.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that she's out the will of God. I'm not saying that.
They push me. I ain't no killer, but don't push me. But they push me to a place, and I be and I don't curse now, but I be like, Pancho, just leave me alone with that. Don't tell me nothing else, because I feel like I'm gonna go somewhere.
I don't be knowing. I'll be like, should I say something? I'll be like, where Patrice? Where's Cufford? I don't be knowing how to calm. I know how to calm her down, but sometimes it's like,
right,
I need to shut up before I get it, because she's thinking it's me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's when I just go into deep prayer. Like, Lord, I hope it doesn't go escalate no more than, I hope the person just stops, just leave her alone or whatever. But sometimes some people know who she is. They push her. Like, they be taunting her to go there. And I'm like, why? Why would you do that? Why do they do that?
I don't. I'm learning how to deal with multiple people. And I think I've done a very well job. Yeah, I do too, Tiny. Like, I've literally had to crush my flesh, and I start crying.
Yeah.
Yep. Like, really crying, because I'm like, if I say something or do something now, I'll be preaching from the prisons. So ain't no need of me saying nothing to nobody. So it's, really biting my tongue, because I've matured past some situations. And I'm just at a point in my life, I'm too old to be confront people. I'm too old to be fighting. I'm just too old. I'm too old to be doing, like, I'm too old for it. I ain't got time. I just don't. Now, if I had to, I will. But it's just life too short for me to be confronting about it. I'm just too old for that. Like, I did that in my prime, in my 20s.
Yeah, Johnny. Yeah.
Early 30s. I don't have time. If you feel like you got something against me, baby, I wouldn't even care. Because I don't put that much into life. I don't put that much into life. And I do my best not to be having no out with nobody, to hold or harbor nothing in my heart. Hear me? When I tell you I am so unbothered, so unbothered. If anything that I am growing in, it is this marriage. I'm growing in ministry as well and growing in my relationship. But if it's anything that I'm really really striving and working on, is my marriage, because my first marriage failed. And it failed because the lack of knowledge, and it failed because the lack of growth, the lack of immaturity, the lack of maturity. It could have lasted, but I was a hothead, and I struggled with pride. I had a lot of pride for moments. Now, me and my ex, we like the best of friends.
Amazing. Amazing.
And who would have thought he would have been, because
amazing. And I'm not saying that in a jokey way. Amazing. I wish, I told her, I wish, I ain't gonna go no further than that. I just wish, it could. He wish
his baby mama was like that too. But everybody don't serve the same God, so people serve whatever God they want to serve, and they feel the way they feel on how they feel, and that's just it.
Kenosha.
But growth is validation needed. You need validation on every part. Some people you cannot marry. And you if they ain't validating you now, and you need validation before, you hear me, Tanya? If you saying I want, because people settle in certain situations, and a lot of relationships people settle in. They settle and be like, okay, once we get married, they'll stop. Once we do this, they'll change. No, what you see is what you see. Marriage only magnifies what you see. So a lot of times people, they overlook situations and say, oh, when I get married, it's going to be different. No, that situation is still going to be there. If they ain't working to better themselves in there, then when you get married, they ain't finna work on themselves then. They still going to be doing what they doing, saying what they saying, and getting even worse. It's going to become physical abuse, verbal abuse, mental abuse, all this if you ain't working on it now. And you going to then have children growing up to be a product of your lack of wanting to do better. What? Lady, don't say that. Don't, y'all. That's my sister, y'all. Forgive. I'm sorry. Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh, lady, don't do that. Free to get her.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
But
it is very necessary.
Yeah. And then it goes back to, everything always falls back to communication, It always falls back to the big C. But what is my question to you? That's just, don't we just love her? Praise the Lord. My question to you is, what is it that couples need to do more besides communication? What is it that couples need to do more to get more of an understanding with each other?
Spend time and have hard conversations.
Hard conversation.
Mm-hmm. And then I think
don't nobody like having hard conversations.
No, but I believe a lot of people say this ain't their number one in their love language. Affirmations. I don't care what you might say that, oh, that's my number 5 or that's my number 3. It ain't my number 1. I'm telling, hear me. You need affirmations in a marriage. You need them in a relationship. If you just going together, you need affirmation. You know why? Because what better person? And you can say, I know who I am. I say it, but it's something different when you rolling over with a person and they never tell you, I'm proud of you. You are beautiful. You are amazing. You are awesome. You can do this. If you never get the affirmation from the person that you are building this relationship with, I'm telling you, you will end up walking away from that marriage or walking away from that relationship, because you'll end up cheating. Somebody else come along and you'll be like, wait, I don't usually get this. And then all of a sudden, Somebody come along and they begin to affirm this place that you didn't really think you needed. They'll affirm it, and don't let them smell good or look good or do something. You'll be like, wait, hold on. I didn't know I needed that. So is that affirmation, your affirmations? And that's a part of validation. Is that necessary? Absolutely. I would say communication is the one. And then time is another. And a lot of times
that should be first.
Well, a lot of times people think they can grow into liking. But you have to define Jason, what you like. Because a lot of people don't know what they like. A lot of people like everything.
Right.
Because they never had. I don't know. I can go along. I can go a different way with it, right? Go ahead.
I mean, that's true. I just feel like with me, I gotta like you before I even go any further. I mean, I just, in a relationship, I feel like that's a part of, that's at the beginning. That's a part of, because I'm like, everybody have their preference. I'm not saying, you don't have to be the, prettiest woman in the world, prettiest guy in the world.
But you be something to the eye.
But you got to be something. Yeah, you got to be something to the eye. So to like them, that goes a long way. That's why I'm saying, I just, that goes a long way. To like them, to, have something, because it's like, what attracts you to that person? That's, to me, that's in the category of like, to me. But every relationship is different. Every marriage is different. Because sometimes I'm trying to, and this is not me being like I'm stupid or dumb. I'll be trying to figure out, like, my wife is beautiful. She's beautiful. She's fine. She's definitely fine. Especially when she be wearing her, What I'm saying. But how can I grow out of not liking her to say that she's ugly?
How can you grow out of it?
Yeah, how can I grow out? I'll be lying to myself. Like, that's just me being just mean. And you ugly. No, you're not. Like, I'm just being cruel. But people be like, I'm just not attracted to her no more. Why? And then you can't say we can't talk about weight because Big is in now. Most of these guys are liking these thick girls and big girls. So you know what I'm saying? So we can't really talk about weight no more.
They say you got to be too something to do something.
So you just, if you're doing that, you're just being straight up cruel or whatever. So like, how can I just be like, Kayla was fine to me, but she ain't what?
But that means if that changes, if your desire to be with me changes, that means you never did want me.
Or it's someone else.
Right. But it has to be something. I don't believe you can fall out of love with somebody you was always in love with. I don't believe I can abandon. This is why I crush my flesh. I forgive you later. Sorry. I believe that if this is the man that I say is my everything, that God put me together with him, this is the man God created for me. How can I go and disrespect him? How can I go and hurt him? How can I tell him everything? If somebody texts my phone, look, I done told them, stop texting me. And then he said, okay, next time I'm taking over. I done told this person, stop doing this, stop doing this. And I let him know because one, we're in a relationship. But I never make him feel like I'm choosing somebody over him. I ain't gonna ever be that. But if I begin to speak against him, if I begin to talk bad about him, I can't say that I ever loved him. I can't say that.
You forgot about two.
What?
Two, you definitely don't want me to take care of that.
So I know I can't. How can you disrespect somebody you love? How can you hurt somebody you love? Hey, Marie, how you can't?
Thank you, lady.
You can't.
I try.
You can't do it. You can't. I can't fall out of love with them. It's no way that I can. It's no way. There was a immature place where I thought it was love, but it was lust, or either I had a strong like for you. and made it seem or insinuated it was love. Because you think about it, some people knock some people upside the head and they call that love. Well, for me, that ain't love. So I can't define what you call love, but I only go by love from a biblical standpoint and how I honor my husband according to, like, how can I say I want my husband to pray and love God if he doesn't know how God loves the church? He can't love me. So I'm asking him to do something without his understanding. So a lot of times I think we go into marriages with the lack of understanding on how to love somebody for real. So we want a godly husband or a godly wife, but you got to understand how God sees love. You got to understand what is the definition. Love is long suffering. Love is patient. Love is kind. I text somebody today and I told her, I was like, I'll be okay. Because I realized a lot of situations, I'm known for running. I will jack it on the cursor. The very first thing that happened in a relationship, and I didn't like it, I'm like, I'm gone. Deuces, I'm gone. But learning to work through the problem. One, I made a decision that I'm not going to have another failed marriage. I broke that curse. So whatever happened, we got to work out. You're going to have to put your personal agendas and your personal situations aside. We got to work out. And I looked at in the beginning, he was sold out to God. That was one thing that he said in the beginning. Like, yeah, I got a relationship with God. So I was like, okay. And I said, well, do you love it? He was like, yeah. But I didn't just say, hey, we're going to marry tomorrow because he said he loved God. No, I need to see that you love God. I need to see what you do in tough situations when this is like this. I need to see how you handle your pain, your disappointment. I need to see, like, if you say you love God, I need to see. I need to see how much you love. So when he started showing me how he worshiped, then it made me, okay, look, I gotta push him. I gotta do this. I gotta do this. I gotta get my, like, I really gotta work on me. I can't put it all on him. But as a man, it becomes heavy when he got to deal with his personal stuff. And then I'm coming to push him on down some more. Now he got to carry everything, which that's the way God built them. But is it fair? What is my position as a wife if I got to keep pouring my problem? Eventually, I'm going to tear him down, and then where he going to go? And men are known to, again, internalize, and they don't tell you how they really feel because they know they'll crush you. They know they'll hurt you. And I don't want to hurt the very woman that just because we're in a tough place. I don't want to cause this place to cause us to separate. So I just know for my husband, if I'm going through something, he'll keep asking me and he'll try to figure it out. And I say, don't worry about it. I'll be okay. He gonna worry about it until he knows that I'm okay. And is it a good place? No, I don't like for him to be there. But he's beginning to understand. I'm beginning to understand him as a man, how men think. We don't think alike. We don't think that I'm gonna look at it from the natural and the spiritual standpoint. Both. He got to wait a couple days because he has to digest everything and then come up with a solution, which is good. I ain't knocking how you think. That's how he processes life. But for me, because I do so much psychological work, I already when the problem comes up, I'm already thinking about, okay, we're gonna do it this way. Let's try this. So I'm thinking about different ways to do something to build our marriage to the next place. But it's going to take that. I'm gonna give y'all some points, right? Because we ain't gonna stay long because it's weather getting bad here and this thing. So I want to give y'all these. These are the love languages. Then what he said he need all on y'all. But these are the love language. The first thing, you got to ask yourself, which one do I need in my relationship, in my marriage? Because what we need ain't what you need. What I need ain't what you need. What he need ain't what you. Y'all may be similar, and it may be what you need. But you have to figure this out, because this is how you grow a relationship. This is how you build. When I know where I stand and because a lot of times we've been giving gifts when all you need is attention. And then where you need attention, where you need a gift, they've been giving attention. No, you got to be able to articulate what it is that you are needing at the moment or are needing in general at that time. And I tell him, look, I promise. He'll say, I don't require much. I don't require no expensive gifts. None of it. I don't require it. Why? Because I already did that. I'm good. So if he buy it for me, I ain't gonna turn it down. He done bought me some bags. I ain't turning it down. My wedding band, my wedding ring, I ain't turning it down because that's what he wanted to do. But I tell him, look, you ain't got to go broke trying to make sure I'm good. I'm good. As long as we got money in the bank, long as we got our bills paid, long as we can get to where we got to go, long as the car running, all of that, the necessities, I'm good. Let God take care of the rest. That's it. So that's for me. I'm just, what lady say? Let me say something. Here's the best man you ever had. I've been married 2 times, and the first marriage wasn't nothing. Yeah, that's my sister. That's my real sister, y'all. So love languages. This is how you build your relationship. Word of wisdom. I don't know if you need this first or what, but I'm going to just say word of wisdom. I'm sorry, word of affirmation. Look, I'm to my prophecy. Word of affirmations. This is kind words, encouragement, praise, compliments, notes, and cards. That's how you communicate with words of affirmation. Things to avoid. You don't want to criticize. Criticize, that means I don't want to talk down to you. Unkind words. Not acknowledging achievements or efforts. If anything, you want your spouse to be able to recognize, oh my God, you had a milestone. You did good. I know it sounds a little childish, but some people need that. Yep. Quality time. How to communicate your quality time. You need undivided attention. There's sometimes when we go out on our date and we have our phone and I get a text message and I try my best not to answer any messages on Saturdays or Sundays because that's my time with him. Because all week I'm talking to somebody, I'm doing something. So even though he doesn't require that, when that's like something I'm incorporating on where we are to make sure we have uninterrupted time. If it ain't no emergency, I might call you later. So it is undivided attention, active listening, planning activities together, creating memories, things to avoid, extended time apart, distractions while together, interrupting or dismissing each other. That's a lot of times. We dismiss each other a lot. Now, I ain't talking about us. I'm talking about in relationships. People dismiss each other. They dismiss, and why they dismiss each other, it could be because they're irritated with something. It could be something going on. That's why it's important to one of my friends when she got married. She said, girl, let me tell you. One day my husband told me, he was like, she said, I noticed that when he come home from work, he don't go in the house. And we sit outside and we sit on the front and we talk about his issues of the day. I said, really? And that sparked me. She said, because he set the tone in the house. So if he go in the house frustrated, then the whole house gonna be upset. So I was like, that's a good point. I said, that's good. So if I keep dismissing where he is, and I don't, it may not be his love language. It may not be his type of language at the moment. But if I begin to affirm and not dismiss, what's wrong? And he know what's so wrong with him. Oh, I believe I be getting on his nerve. I be saying, what wrong? What you talking? What's going on? Come on, you all right? I said, you ain't acting yourself. If you go to bed with it, wait, what's going on? And he have to say, I'm okay. Okay, acts of service. Again, may not be your first, just the definition. You help with chores, sharing responsibilities, doing unexpected and helpful tasks. That's acts of service. If you be complaining about cleaning the house all the time by yourself and you don't get no help, maybe that's one of your love languages, acts of service. You want him to help you clear. Now look, let me tell you, he'll take it again. This ain't my first one, but I don't like to fold clothes. I don't. So when I wash clothes, guess what? I sit them in his lap. Hey, thank you, Lord, that he like to fold clothes. He cut the TV on and he go to town. I go in the room. He'll call me. And he don't even tell me when he done. He just neatly put everybody. I said, you didn't even separate them. He was like, I folded them though. I said, thank you. Because you know how I feel about that. I appreciate you so much. Not one time, every time he fold clothes. Every time. All right. What you do not do, acts of service, things to avoid, broken promises. Don't make no promises you can't keep, because that's not a healthy balance. And that I don't like to do that with my daughter. Don't make no promises you ain't gonna keep. If I say I'm gonna do it, then I'm gonna do it. I don't tell her something that I know I ain't gonna do or I ain't gonna feel like doing, because she ain't gonna leave me alone about that. The next one is not helping out, creating more work for the other person. The fourth one, receiving gifts, thoughtful gifts and gestures, crafting something, nice surprises. What you don't want to do, meaningless or generic gifts. If you know you're going to go and you always buy Bath and Body Works and you don't ever change, well, I'm going to get her to shut up today. Or I'm going to get him to be quiet today, so I'm going to buy his favorite cologne. And he gonna show. He got 4-5 other bottles of the same cologne. You keep doing the same thing. You don't take time to buy a different gift. Forgetting gifts or special occasions. Now, woe be unto you if you forget special occasion. My Lord, you that busy?
Yeah.
The last one is physical touch. Hugs, kisses, holding hands, affectionate touch, sexual intimacy. Let me help you here. Even the Bible talks about sexual intimacy with your partner. You should not withhold from your partner. Why? Because one, it draws a wedge. Satan doesn't like covenant. So what happens is when Satan doesn't like covenant, he'll cause a spouse to disagree with one another that'll keep you from being intimate with one another. So eventually you'll grow a wedge, and it'll be another wedge, and be another wedge, be another wedge, another wedge, until you just not even intimate with each other, and y'all having some serious issues, and then y'all keep talking about divorce. That happens because there is no intimacy. It has to be some type of intimacy. In a marriage, you must figure out this. You just got to figure out. You have to figure out how to be intimate more than sexual, how to be more than physical. How am I going to be intimate with this person? You got to think of ways to be intimate, to be intimate and bring your partner together so that you all can understand. It can be a massage. That's intimate. I'm going to send the kids off. Today, this is what we're going to do. It is being intimate. If you marry and you don't know no other way to be intimate other than physical, you might not need to get married right now. You might need to hold on. Things to avoid: neglecting physical intimacy, extended periods of distance, physical abuse. If you don't feed your partner healthy touch, if you don't hear me, it will grow apart. You're gonna find yourself lusting after somebody else. And now I don't condone cheating. But lack of intimacy leads to cheating. And a lot of people, you need most of it. No, it leads to that. So I'm gonna tell you, a lot of pastors, this is why a lot of pastors cheat. Hear me? Because after you minister, you're so empty and you need some type of refilling that you need to restore you after you minister, right? So when they know their wife cannot or do not or is not intimate with them, that's why they sleep with the armor bearer. They sleep with another member, or they sleep with somebody else, because they're just looking for that fulfillment that they know they're not going to get at home. But it takes
conversation. Can be.
Yeah, it can be. It can be. Now here's the thing. You have to define what is your intimacy. What is the other person's intimacy? And I ask him. I have to. Because today he may need this. Tomorrow he may need that. So I just find creative ways to make him happy.
I'm happy all the time.
That's what he's saying.
Because y'all know she's a jokester. Well, I ain't even go there. She's a jokester. So I
be pranking my family all the time.
It's never a dull moment, really. Not unless it's something spiritual that's heavy, or it's something spiritual that's heavy, or something heavy that's heavy in the ministry. That's it. Other than that, it's not really, we really have it smooth around here for the most part.
Yeah. I just pranked my auntie the other day and told her that I signed papers for her to go in the nursing home. And she was so mad. She believed it. Then I pranked her again and told her that the oxygen company was coming to pick up her oxygen. She said, "They doing what?" I said, "Your insurance must have canceled then." She said, "Hold on, let me call you back." I said, "Well, they down the street, they just called me." So her daughter said, "You ain't gonna tell her that you playing?" I said, I'm gonna let her call them and they gonna tell her. And I called her back and told her it was a prank. She said, "I'm so tired of you pranking me." Share some different ways of intimacy, and that's trouble. That's trouble. You did that. Share some ways of intimacy. It could be watching a movie together. Again, intimacy is uninterrupted time. Like, well, you can't watch a movie with me. We don't watch movies together.
Not unless I've already saw it.
That's
she already saw it. Because she want to know.
I told her, Frida.
She want to know the movie.
Frida called and asked her what I did too. Frida, she was hot. She told me don't come. She said, "Don't come over here for 2 to 3 days.
She did.
I don't want to see you because you play too much."
She did. But movie, she want me to go see the movie first, so then we go see it together. Then I can tell her what's gonna happen. I've never heard that flurry in my life.
Well, I like to talk during the movie. I need to know what's the next move. I need you to be unseen it if we going to the movies.
I'm trying to eat. Watch.
No. That's why he going first. Come back and tell me, then we go together. Or we just wait till it come on Netflix and we ain't got to bother the people in the theater, but we be asking questions. My best friend, when we went to the movie, I said, "What you think finna happen?" She, "I don't know, girl."
Out of order.
But so movie night is something. Go to walk on the beach. Go to a beach for a day.
We drive in the car every weekend when we go to Atlanta. We just take a tour every.
Oh yeah, like I go to some places in Atlanta. I'm like, I ain't been down the street.
It's just and it's not. It's not the. It's just the little things. It's the little things.
Yeah, I promise you, it ain't much. It's literally that.
And then when you got a mate that doesn't require a lot, and it's just little things, man, that's easy. That's easy. But the thing about it is you gotta make time. You gotta make time for each other. And before even anybody asks, it doesn't matter if you're in ministry or not. If you're in ministry, you definitely need to make time because you're always ministering.
That's my child. That's why.
You always minister.
I will too. It's certain movies that I won't watch because I feel some type of way watching it. So let's not even watch it. Because I see too much and something that happened. I don't need that. So I have to think outside the box.
I ain't gonna do no scary movies.
Oh, we don't do no scary movies because too many demons. I ain't got time for nothing to be annoying my house over and over and over and over and over. So we just don't do it.
It just all depends on what scary movie I would watch. I would watch it, but But I can't action movies. I just can't watch them because she's not an action person.
Yes, I am.
Certain ones she's action. Certain movies, certain movies you action. Just certain movies.
Yeah.
So, but it's I enjoy.
Frida said, I'm gonna tell her he don't want to move her because she talk too much. No scary moves over here either. And I need to sleep. Like I do deliverance, right? So you think about me over here watching a scary movie. I do deliverance. He gonna be like got beat up in the middle of the night. Come and get the swinging on him, thinking he a spirit. So let's not even watch.
I just drive off them, man. They just I don't watch it no more, and that's by choice. But I used to watch Paranormal, all three of them. They was like, I was like, but one time I did get a little bit nervous. I did because when I saw the second one, and I was like, I saw some movie. I thought I saw some movie.
See, now I'm playing tricks on you. I got time for that. Ain't nobody finna do all that.
But I wasn't scared though. I wasn't scared. I just
my sleep is interrupted enough with prayer. Don't be bothering me.
But I haven't watched no scary movie in a long time. But I mean, action movies. I'm just strictly all action, shooting people in the head, chest. I get enough of that playing video games. But
but the answer to your question, movies is one.
Yeah.
You can spend time being intimate you can write a letter, a love letter, give them a love letter. You can get a card, candy, buy something nice. That's intimate. Again, you said conversation. That's intimate. We sit in the car and just talk to each other. It just determines what your level of intimacy. We'll sit in the car and be laughing at each other. I'm talking about laughing hard because of something I done said or did.
Or something we saw on
or
Instagram.
Something, that we done looked at on TikTok or something, and we laughing. That's just time that we spend together. Yeah. So you cut that out on, like, you carve and cut how you want it, how you want that to look. It can be holding hand while you driving, rubbing her thigh while you're driving, rubbing her back, soothing her while you drive, telling her how much you love her, how much you appreciate her. A lot of times you don't know how much that will go far, just telling somebody, I appreciate that. I appreciate you. I thank you. I thank you for putting up with me. And I tell them all the time, thank you for choosing me. Because, buddy, she was a whole mess. I ain't in good streets. Yeah. Yes. And I thank you for loving the kid. Yes.
But then you got to be consistent. You can't just do it one couple weeks. You got to be consistent, and you got to make time. Just make time.
That's all. Like I got a busy schedule. I ain't lying to you. I promise you, cross my heart.
Yep.
And I don't hope to die either, because I just cross my heart. The schedule is tight, and whatever I can. Right, when I'm not busy, like last night, I wasn't busy, and he was like, "You sure you ain't got nothing to do?"
Yeah, because normally she do. She switched her schedule up on me.
So he was like, "So what?" I said, "Hey, I'm with you tonight, but what's up? What's up with it? Hey, you call, I'm in. What's up?" Yeah, what he want to do? Play the game. But if that's and then all of a sudden I fell asleep. But if that's what he wanted to do, then that's fine.
We was watching the show.
Oh yeah, we watched some on the show and I fell asleep.
We was watching the show.
I needed that sleep too. But then I woke up. My daughter woke me up.
But then, like this weekend, we're on assignment. We use those assignments
as intimate time. Like, we'll find something to do. I asked him, what's up with on Saturday? What you doing Saturday? He was like, "Hey, I need you, boo. Hey, what's up? What's up? What you got? What you got in your bag? Pull it out, bro."
We got 2 hour drive. That's 2 hour conversation.
Nah, bruh. He said, what games you play? Y'all get in.
I mean, man, Call of Duty, you know, Madden, 2K, you know, I'm a PlayStation guy. But normally I'm doing Madden. Normally I'm doing Call of Duty because I like shooting folks.
Boy, you don't quit saying that.
I do. I mean, I'm saying it's the game.
You like shooting people on the game.
On the game. I like shooting people.
I like shooting folks. Like you just go around shooting people.
That's the only army I'm going to get.
Well, bless the Lord.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, we overtime, y'all. We thank y'all for coming out to the
overtime.
show and the festivities as we is, boy.
We not overtime.
That boy be here all night, y'all. I'm not gonna be here with him all night.
Because the people want to talk to us.
I'm going to have to find you online. He said gonna find you online.
Oh, dude, I don't do online. Only reason why I don't do online, I hate it because it's slow. I hate it. It's too slow for me. Too slow. That's the devil.
He said shooting zombies. So I have 3 more slots for this couples retreat.
3.
Y'all come holler at the girl.
It's gonna be fun.
And Leroy.
It's gonna be fun.
Come holler at me and Leroy.
It's gonna be fun.
We're going on a couples retreat. Bring your booze and babes. Hey.
No wine.
And I'll even give since we're so close,
Kool-Aid.
I'll even give you until the day of to pay it. Like it's $700, $245 deposit. Y'all come through. Holla at your girl.
You're not.
And Leroy.
Yep. You're not gonna be disappointed.
Your girl and Leroy. Leroy, raise your hand. Raise your hand, Leroy. This Leroy. Your girl and Leroy. Come holler at her.
But when you write a check, it's Willie James Stewart Jr. Yeah.
But while we talking, it's wet. Leroy.
Oh, yeah, where's Leroy come from?
Leroy.
I accept that.
Thank you, Freedom. Yes, so y'all, holler at us. We got you. You want to come? We got you. We got y'all. I sponsor one. I sponsor one couple. I got to confirm. If they don't confirm, then I'll sponsor one more. But I'll put somebody in their spot. But I'll confirm and let y'all know if a couple want to go and you can't afford it, that's fine. Now I got you. But we're going to have a good time. It's about couples coming together, learning and growing with one another. The dates are September the 15th, 16th, and 17th. We're going to Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
And I would iterate and I would say,
Frida said, I guess you best.
And I would say again, if you come in,
I'll let you know, Aisha.
If you're trying to be deep, keep your money, stay at home.
I mean,
we don't want no deep people. Nope. We don't need no deep people.
So we want to talk about all walks of life, not just spiritual, but naturally, and build the people.
Y'all see how she preached with her hands.
I mean, it's just about building people. That's what it's about. So just being you. Because a lot of times we be so deep that we know earthly good. But it's about coming together to build the person. Like, what's your struggle in your marriage, and what's your struggle in your marriage?
Because every couple is not going to be saved,
right?
And the way they express themselves, they want to be able to express.
And I don't want nobody to shut down because we want to be so.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
So deep.
I was telling somebody the other day. We was mentioning to someone the other day, and he was locked, like he was really bound. But he was talking, and then I'm not a cusser, I don't, what I'm saying. But the way he was expressing himself to us, he said a couple cuss words. I don't know if you picked it up. I told her, I picked it up when I was on my live, and I said, but that's what I was talking about, because I was talking about my round table, and I said I want the man to be able to express themselves, and sometimes.
But we're gonna have that too.
You gotta, a cuss word might come out, and we can't judge them. You know what I'm saying? We can't judge them because that's. But
we're gonna have separation. So we'll have one night with the men and one night with the women.
Oh, I can't talk to no men by myself. I'm still gonna need you.
Why?
I was just kidding.
Why you don't quit playing? playing with these folks. But we're gonna have one night with the men, one night with the women.
Yeah.
So the men can have their own conversation and then we can have ours. Building each other back to play. That's what
we're
it's
gonna
about.
go swim and play pool or something.
That's what it's about. So I'm excited about that. If you want more information, please inbox me. You can inbox Leroy. I mean, hey, he know the stuff too. He ain't gonna do it directly to me, so just inbox me.
Really?
Just inbox me, because Leroy gonna send it to me. So, hey, what can I say? But I love y'all.
All right. You know, she be trying to show out. I was like, okay.
Oh,
Yeah, you gotta come out here tonight.
no. You didn't go get your haircut.
Yeah, I can't. I gotta represent. Oh, if y'all in the Alabama area, Shama, she's gonna be ministering this weekend.
I'll be preaching Friday.
Yes, in Alabama.
Y'all come holler at your girl.
With our daughter and son, Daryl and Kenosha. And it's gonna be fun. Who's that? My first lady always said, "There's a word from the Lord," and woo, there's a word from the Lord. Anyway, right?
There he is.
What's your title? Don't tell him. Okay.
I don't even know. I don't study. I don't even know what I'm gonna preach.
She never knows. I just hope you don't.
I don't even know.
But you know, it's I'm sorry. I just gonna
so y'all, we done. I love y'all. She put us on fire last Saturday. Listen.
Literally.
So we love y'all, and
it was fun.
We will see y'all.
Shut up in your bone.
We'll see y'all next week. Y'all come next week. Cut that thing off, boy. Cause you
what? They want to hear you sing.
No.
Oh.
What?
You gonna sing?
What am I saying?
Sing something, Tiny.
I don't know what to sing.
Okay.
What? Give me a song. What the song we be singing?
I don't know what that song you were singing in the kitchen today.
What?
You were just singing in the kitchen.
What I was saying, you know.
I don't know.
What's the words?
I don't know. I think it's from the guy you be listening to. I love it because you be
free to say we still learn. I cuss and I cry too.
Freddie, you should come.
He said, "My Lord, this awful time."
You want to wait till next week so you can prepare?
He told me to sing "Welcome into this place." I'm gonna sing one line. Look, I'm not gonna go deep with it. Put your hand down. You doing?
I'm ready to receive. What you saying? What?
But put your hand down.
Yee.
Here we go. Welcome into this place. Welcome into this broken vessel. That's it. I don't forgot the words.
She gave you something.
To abide in the presence of your people. What else?
So we lift
our hands as we lift our hearts, as we offer up this praise unto your name.
Sing, daughter. Ha! Let's listen. Hello.
Hey. Come now.
There you go, Tiny.
All right. That's it.
Good night, y'all.
Y'all have an awesome night. I'll see y'all next Wednesday. And Thursday if you come to the Prophetic Hub.